Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the DSRL Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Dom Santina here with you in the booth. Warm-up session coming to an end. Going to get ready to go to our Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session here in just a second. Starting just a few minutes later than normal, we were waiting for a couple more cars to come in here. Looks like we got 16 in the server at the moment, which means we'll have probably 2 heat races, the pole dash and the feature. No need for any consolation races tonight, but while they finish up their warm-up session and get ready for qualifying, we're going to set it down trackside for our pre-race ceremonies. When we come back, we will have the end of the Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session and our first heat race of the night right here on the Dirt Racing Network. We'll be back in just a second.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Practice getting ready to wrap up here from Charlotte for the Dirt Slayers Racing League 410 Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. Now we're going to go to our Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session in week number 12 here in the circuit. Season winding down quickly. So we'll get to watch qualifying here for most of the time. Usually they jump ahead and we pick it up right as the heat racing begins, but because we were waiting for cars to come in, we're going to be able to watch qualifying. So once we get a few times up here on the board, we'll throw the top 10 up. We're looking at the 85 of Tyler Schell. Here comes Schell to the line. No one has registered a quick time yet. Schell will be the first one at a 12.627. Throw him up there. Hannigan jumps in at second quickest at 12.666. Tim Nichols, good to see you in the chat. Saw you racing the last couple of days. Good to have you back with us here. The Dirt Slingers Racing League getting ready here for our Tim's Dirt Track Simulators qualifying session. Now that you speak of it, looks like Tyler Schell has the advantage so far. Hannigan second fastest, Wilkie, Schmidt, Simmelman, Broderick, Randolph, Timmerman, Elby, and And waiting for a 10th one to come in. There you go, rounding out. Sean Timmerman will round out the top 10. That's Peyton Grease in 11th. Got 5 more cars to run a quick time. We'll see if we can grab Cam Merriman. See if we can watch his lap. There he is. He comes in at 13.042 on his first lap. Second lap. Where'd he go? Top of the charts? 12.548 for Cam Merriman. Still got 54 seconds left. Let's grab Alex Bergeron. We just saw Cam Merriman go to the top. Where's Bergeron going to come out at? He's our last one. Coming to the line. 16th fastest there with a 13.012. Let's see what it is this time around. Bergeron coming to the line. We saw Merriman go to the top. Where's Bergeron going to go? 5th quickest, 12.631. That's going to get us ready to go for our heat races. Cam Merriman going to win the quick time award here. And that will bring out our first heat race. We should have 2 scheduled, and that's what we will have. Then we'll go straight to our pole dash and then to our feature. It could be a quick night here. Steve Stanky, good. Thanks to see you in here. And Anne-Marie, good to see you checking in once again. Going to get our first heat race up here. It will be the Waggy and Casey, the I-55 Lawyers heat race. Waiting for a few cars to grid in before we give us our starting lineup. This one's going to be a good one from the lineup I'm seeing right now. We'll give it to you. Starting on the front row for the Waggy and Casey, the I-55 Lawyers heat race, will be your pole sitter and quick time award winner from Dayton, Ohio, the 010 of Cameron Merriman. Starting to his outside in the second position for HOH Motorsports. Schulte Motorsports from Felton, Delaware. It's going to be the 71 of Curtis Merriman. Row number 2, starting in the third position, will be the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Starting his outside in the 4th spot for Swindell Speed Lab. Mount Airy, North Carolina's own 00 of Kendall Tucker. Row number 3, starting in the 5th spot for Handmade Motorsports Sim Team and Wilkie's Auto Service from Genesee, Wisconsin. It's the 41 of Eric Wilkie. Starting 6th for Tony Stewart Racing, Simmelman Sim Racing, Scott King's Designs, 19 Designs, and Tony Stewart Racing from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. It's the 18 of Austin Simmelman. And the last row, starting in the 7th spot, will be the 13 of Aiden Berlin. Starting in the 8th spot for American Dirt Motorsports, EPYK Media, and Spotter Wilkes from Dubuque, Iowa. The 24 of Sean Timmerman. Don't know why Dubuque tripped me up there. Getting ready to go. And it is a stacked heat, Steve. That's exactly what I was thinking. Merriman, Bergeron, Tucker, Simmelman, Berlin. It's going to be interesting. Only 3 are going to the show. Or top 3 are going to the pole dash, excuse me. All of them's going to the show. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Cameron Merriman out to the race lead. Bergeron into the 2nd spot. This could be a preview of what we're going to see in the feature. Curtis Merriman trying to stick with him there on the top side. Cam Merriman trying to run away already. Coming around. Merriman out front and trying to pull away. Bergeron's there, though. He's not going to be able to run away this easy here in heat race number 1. Here comes Bergeron. Now having a little mess up, getting pressured by Curtis Merriman. Here comes Bergeron closing back in on Cam Merriman. Kendall Tucker in the 4th spot, Simmelman in the 5th spot, Wilkie 6th, Timmerman 7th, and Berlin in 8th. As we close in on the halfway point here in heat race number 1. Looking on that final pole dash position right now, that would be Curtis Merriman. Austin Simmelman trying to get up there and challenge for it. New race leader Alex Bergeron takes over from Cameron Merriman. We'll see if Cam Merriman can mount a charge back to the front. So we got 4 to go. Here comes Merriman to the inside. Gonna take a peek, nothing there as they'll head down the backstretch. Now they're going to 3 and 4. Bergeron gonna hold the line, pull the advantage back to the finish line. Into the wall, it's gonna allow Merriman to get a little bit of room. They're gonna draw door to door down the backstretch. Slider coming from Merriman, crossover by Bergeron at the line by half a car. Alex Bergeron takes the lead again. White flag in the air, here we go. Who's gonna take the heat race win? Is it going to be Bergeron or Merriman? Alex Bergeron will take the Waggy and Casey. The I-55 Lawyers heat race win. Cam Merriman will come second. Austin Simmelman will sneak in for that 3rd pole dash spot. Everyone else going to the feature, and we're going to get set for heat race number 2 on the racetrack. Our final heat race of the night. And we will get that gridded out here in just a second. Here we go. For the Wicked Cushion Esports starting lineup for heat race number 2, your pole sitter is racing for Swindell Speed Lab Esports, Fast 4 Media, and JST from Loomis, California. It's the 5 of Rusty Kruger. Starting to his outside in the 2nd position for Elbows Up Simsport, Fairway Mortgage, BS Air, and Catch Fence Apparel from Millersburg, Pennsylvania. That's the 85 of Tyler Schell. Row number 2, starting third in the 74 car, that is Adam Elby. Starting 4th for Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Simstyles BMRS from Pittsboro, Indiana. It's the 1 of Mason Hannigan. Row number 3, starting 5th in the 22, that is Trey Smith. Starting 6th in the 515, and that is Mark Broderick. And rounding out the field here in row number 4 in the 7th position, racing for Casey's General Stores from Des Moines, Iowa, it is the 47 of Jason Radoff. And rounding out the field in heat race number 2 for Hammerhead Sim Racing, Indy Race Parts Midwest from Hobstadt, Indiana, that is the 92 of Peyton Grease. Getting ready to go. Rusty Kruger, Tyler Schell, going to lead us to the green flag. 10 laps, 8 more cars going to the show, 3 more to the pole dash. And here we go. Rusty Kruger with the great jump off the start. But here comes Adam Elby, Tyler Schell in the mix. Schell already looking to the inside of Kruger. Here comes Elby. Gonna dive onto the inside. Battle for 2nd and 3rd. Tyler Schell, Adam Elby. Schell going to draw the advantage down the backstretch. Now to sweep to the inside of Kruger in 3 and 4. Can't get it done. Oh, left rear to the front of Schell. Schell hangs on to it, but here comes Elby to the top side. He'll take over the 2nd spot. Down the backstretch, 1, 2, and 3. Then it's Mason Hannigan in the 4th spot. Trey Smith in the 5th spot. Mark Broderick in the 6th spot. Jason Randolph in 7th. And Pink Grease in 8th. As I said, everyone going to go to the feature, just looking for the pole dash cars as we come back to the start-finish line halfway through heat race number 2. Rusty Kruger doing a heck of a job of holding on up front. Here comes a slider by Adam Elby in 1 and 2. Crossover move by Kruger back to the line. Kruger will hang on to lead at lap number 5. Schell slots into the 2nd spot. Now here comes Elby again on the attack in 3 and 4. Six laps down, now 7 laps down. 3 to go. Oh, did Schell just get turned? It's now Mason Hannigan into the second spot. Hannigan running the 7 car tonight instead of his normal 1 car. Tyler Schell back to the 6th spot. Still in a transfer position, but as the white flag comes out, he would not be in a pole dash position. Adam Elby back to the 7th spot. Both of them take each other out. Rusty Kruger will come around to pick up the Wicked Cushion Esports Heat Race win. Hannigan and Smith are going to the pole dash. Broderick, Randolph, Shell, Elby, and Grease are going to the feature. And that will set up our pole dash. So we're going to see Kruger, Smith, and the rest of them here. Hannigan will be in there as well. It escaped my mind there for a second of who came second in that race, but it was Mason Hannigan. So it'll be Hannigan, Smith, and Kruger coming from heat race number 1. Bergeron, Merriman, and Curtis Merriman. No, Simmelman will be coming in. So those will be your 6 for the pole dash. There's Austin Simmelman. Trey Smith running the 12 car instead of the 22. Difference in iRacing when you have the custom paint schemes, it always doesn't pick it up right away. So Trey Smith will be in the green and white 12 car. Alex Bergeron will be in his custom blue, black, and white 12 car. Sean Timmerman coming in here for some reason. Don't know why. There he goes off the screen. So we'll set up the pole dash. Looks like it will be Simmelman and Schmidt on the front row. Schmidt will be the pole setter. Then it'll be Hannigan and Merriman and Kruger and Bergeron. 6 laps to decide our starting front 3 rows of the feature. This is the Scott King's Design pole dash, and we are green. Away we go. And we'll keep an eye on Trey Smith to see if he can hold on. He was a dark horse in the heat race. Look at, here comes the other 12 car. That black, blue, and white of Alex Bergeron. Did you see the start he got? He hugged that bottom line. And within 1 lap, now he's going to take a shot at the lead. Couldn't make it work. He's going to fall back quite a few spots. Merriman and Simmelman going to make a little contact through 3 and 4. But Alex Bergeron got a heck of a start. And now here comes Austin Simmelman on the top side trying to take over for Trey Smith. Simmelman has run the fastest lap in the pole dash so far, but can he make it work? He's going to get boxed out by Smith, and while he does that, here comes Kruger, Bergeron, and now Merriman to the inside. Cam Merriman going to go from 4th to 1st down the backstretch. Merriman now your race leader at the line. Bergeron going to try to take it as he sweeps to the inside here in 1 and 2. And he will take over the race lead down the backstretch. Here comes Kruger by Smith as well. Now he's going to try to slide up in front of Cam Merriman. I've lost count of laps. I think that was lap number 4. There's 1 or 2 more left to go. Don't have the scoring help here during the pole dash. Here comes Merriman back into the picture. I think this is what you're going to see in the feature. Merriman into the wall. Smith back to 2nd. That's going to do it. Bergeron will take the Scott King Design pole dash win. Ty Schmidt will come across in, or Trey Schmidt will come across in 2nd. I think Merriman was in there 3rd. Kruger and Simmelman and Hannigan round it out, and we're going to go to our feature. They're going to work the track in just a little bit more, and while they do that, we're going to go to a commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors with the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw feature right here on the racetrack at Charlotte. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dirt Racing Network. We're at the dirt track at Charlotte for the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. I want to tell you about one of our sponsors, and they can help you take your dirt sim racing to the next level by joining the best sim racing community online today. At the School of Sim Racing, you can learn to drive and set up your car like a pro with a ton of free trainings and free setups for sprint cars, late models, midgets, and more. It's a perfect place to get your dirt sim racing on the right track. Visit schoolofsimracing.net to learn more today. Thank you to SSR and Tim Sims for our commercial spots there. And of course, can't forget Rocket Racing as well, along with all the other wonderful sponsors we have going on here at the Dirt Racing Network. Week number 12 here in the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw season. 3 more weeks left to go after tonight. They're trying to figure out what they want to do for week number 7, which was rained out with Roger not feeling good. I know some people might say, how can a race get rained out when it's virtual racing? Well, we almost had a rain out here tonight unless we got a couple cars to come in at the last minute. That's why we started so late. We don't get enough car count, or if someone's not feeling well, like our admin Roger and series owner, then yes, we will have a rain out. Getting ready to go with the feature last week, it was Alex Bergeron on top of the podium with Cameron Merriman and James Edens, your podium finishers. Edens not here tonight, but Bergeron and Merriman have been up front all night long. We'll see if they can follow it up here in the feature. We know Bergeron will be starting on the pole, and I think the other 12 car in the field tonight with him will be starting right alongside him. That'll be Trey Smith. Cameron Merriman will be starting in row number 2. We'll get that all sorted out here in a few laps. We're going to have 38 laps up on the screen for you. We'll be running 35 green flag only laps. That is because we take 3 laps after the green flag drops to rearrange the front 3 rows from that pole dash into the order that they finished. Then they'll come around, give you a salute, and get ready to go with green flag racing here at Charlotte. They're getting ready to grid out, so we'll go down trackside and give you the starting lineup here for the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw feature, and we will line up like this. We're going to skip through those front 3 rows because, like I said, we're going to rearrange those, and we'll give you them as soon as they do that once the green flag flies. So we're going to skip to row number 4, and that's where we'll find our 7th place starter. That is Curtis Merriman. Starting 8th, Mark Broderick. Row number 5, starting 9th, Eric Wilkie. Starting 10th, Jason Randolph. Row number 6, starting 11th, will be Kendall Tucker. Starting 12th will be Tyler Schell. Row number 7, starting 13th, will be Sean Timmerman. Starting 14th, Adam Elby. And then row number 8, starting 15th, Aiden Berlin. Starting 16th, Peyton Greaves, and that will round out the field. Once again, we'll give you those front 3 rows once we go green and rearrange those orders. But until then, we're going to get ready to go racing with week number 12. Feature on the racetrack. Seen a few people in the chat. Would love to see a lot more. I don't think anything compared to the chat we had on Monday. We had tons of input, and I love to see it. It sounded like Roger had quite a bit of chatter on Tuesday as well. I went back and watched a little bit of that show. Anne Marie always in here. Thank you, Steve. Also commenting earlier on, but have been pretty quiet since the green flag dropped here tonight. Would love to see more people in here chatting it up. Tell me who you think is going to win tonight. I got a couple picks on my end. I could probably even predict a podium tonight. I think I'm going to go with, we'll definitely see. I don't know if this will be the order or not, but I'm going to go with, you know what? I am going to try to predict the order. I'm going to go with Bergeron winning, Merriman in 2nd, and Rusty Kruger will round out the podium. That's going to be my podium. Tim, who do you think is going to win tonight? You got a pick? See you in the chat. Who do you think is going to win tonight? Here we go. We're going to rearrange the order. We'll jump up front. 4 wide salute time. Let's see if we can go and take a look from above. Four wide. As they come back towards the stands. Look at that. Isn't that just great? Well, Tim, you're not racing. That's why you're in the chat. All right. Well, there's 2 12s. Are you going with Alex Bergeron or are you going with the 12 of Trey Smith? They're both going to be on the front row. Kathy, Kendall, Tucker. Yeah, you know what? I forgot about Tucker. He might be a sleeper in here. He hasn't been running up front much today, but he definitely. We are green. As I've been sleeping on it. Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw feature is underway. Alex Bergeron, Trey Smith on the front row, Cameron Merriman, Rusty Cougar on row number 2, and Mason Hannigan and Austin Simmelman on row number 3. Got involved in the chat. Wasn't paying attention. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Lap number 1 in the books, and it goes to Alex Bergeron out front. Trey Smith hanging on, trying to hang on to a podium position here tonight. As we work our way around, here comes Smith to the inside. And we got our first caution of the night. Rusty Kruger. Man, this would shoot my pick right out the window, wouldn't it? Yes, it will. Kruger and Cam Merriman. They're 4 wide with Merriman, Simmelman, Hannigan. I didn't see who was the 4th car in the mix. This is all right behind Kruger, and Simmelman and Hannigan, or Simmelman and Kruger, gonna get together. And then who is that? Timmerman that gets into him at the end and goes upside down. So not very good start there for Rusty Kruger. All right, Tim. So you're going for either one. Well, you got pretty good odds of one of the two winning here tonight. Both on the front 2 spots at the moment. All right, so my 4th pick, because Kathy reminded me of it, was going to be Kendall Tucker. So he's going to be my substitute here to get up on the podium. I'm still taking Bergeron with the win and Merriman in 2nd. We got Hannigan in there. We got Simmelman. Got Tucker sitting back in the 8th spot. Tyler Schell in the 10th spot. Although Rusty Kruger is not out of it. Looks like he's re-entered the race. No, he's still sitting on pit road. Just hasn't gone a lap down yet because of the timing and scoring frozen at the time of caution. So none of these caution laps are going to count. It's only green flag, only laps. Most of you in here that are watching know that. You're avid followers of the Dirt Racing Network, but if anyone new to the circuit is watching, it's green flag only. You can see it there from our flagman. Green flag is in the air when they come out of 4. That's the restart zone for Alex Bergeron. He'll get on that gas pedal. And here we go. It's about to get loud once again. Alex Bergeron with a great restart over Trey Smith. We'll look back here at that 3rd spot. Hannigan in the 7th spot, or in the 7 car, holding the spot over Cameron Merriman at the moment. Now he's going to try to take a run at Smith. Simmelman back there. Kendall Tucker's making his way through. Tyler Schell's coming up. Look for all of them. We'll get a little bit of a run here. Tucker, Simmelman, and Schell will all be in the mix up front. And it's going to make it interesting. We'll see if Merriman can get through. He was hanging with Bergeron early on through the heat race and pole dash, but now he's going to navigate just a couple cars to get up there and hang with him. And right now he's kind of pinned behind Trey Smith. Mason Hannigan not making it easy. Here comes Merriman. Caution flag on the racetrack once again. Tyler Schell. Oh, there's another car spun around. Jason Randolph on the infield. Let's go take a look and see how that happened. Right in front of Aiden Berlin. It's going to happen in 1 right here. Oh, Wilkie, Schell get together. He takes out Elby, and Randolph spins it around trying to avoid all of that. So 4 cars involved. That could be big for Tyler Schell here. Alan Merriman looks pretty smooth. Yeah, he normally does. That's why he's up here on the podium. He's one of the fastest guys here in our 410 Outlaw Series. There's not many, though, that can beat Alex Bergeron. When we look back, I actually think, I got to count. It was, I think 2 weeks ago, we were tied. Merriman tied Bergeron with 3 wins. I think Bergeron picked up his 4th win last year. Let me do some counting here for a second. Yeah, he did pick up his 4th win. Bergeron has won knocked out 3 wins in a row in week 2, week 3, and week 4, and then picked up the win here in week number 11. Merriman won the opening week, then won week number 5, number 8, and number 10. So I think they're all tied. So I think 2 weeks ago, Merriman jumped ahead of Bergeron. And now they're pretty close. I think Bergeron might have tied him back up again at 4 apiece. So this would be for win number 5 on the season. And Alan, for this being your first race, usually we have a few more cars. We've been struggling to get a couple cars in here, but this is a good series to come watch. Bergeron, Cameron Merriman, Simmelman, Mason Hannigan, Kendall Tucker, Tyler Schell. Usually probably the top half of the guys, maybe about 6 or 7 guys, and when they get together, they can put on a show. Let me tell you what. But Bergeron looks to just pull out on everybody here tonight. Here's Merriman battling with Trey Schmidt right now for the 2nd spot, and there he goes. He almost cleared him down the front stretch. Looking to do it down the back stretch here, but while they do that, Bergeron's out by a full second. Simmelman now into the 4th spot. And there's Hannigan and Tucker lurking back there as well. Taking a look. Looks like Elby's going to be done for the night. Rusty Kruger's done for the night. Sean Timmerman is done for the night. Elby and Kruger, or Elby's 5 laps down. Kruger and Timmerman are 10 laps down. So that gives us 13 cars still running on the racetrack. Merriman into the 2nd spot. Can he come run down? Your race leader, as we just completed lap number 16, working on 17, still got 20 laps, over 20 laps to go. But it's 1.2 seconds between your race leader and your 2nd place driver of Cameron Merriman. Trey Schmidt might get bumped off the podium here in a second, because here comes the 18 of Austin Simmelman. And lurking right behind him is Kendall Tucker. And Alan, this is the point, right? You got Bergeron and Merriman that are out front, and then you got Simmelman, who's one of the top tier drivers in the series. He's on the podium, but Kendall Tucker is also in that same tier. So now when you have more than 3, when you have 5, 6, 7, they're all battling for that podium. I don't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. They had a 4 or 5 car battle to get onto the podium. And if Tyler Schell's still running, he could make his way back up here as well. He's currently in the 11th spot. So if we get a long green flag run, we could get all these front contenders up here, and it could get really interesting. As you see, Simmelman into the 3rd spot now, ahead of Schmidt. Here comes Mason Hannigan and Kendall Tucker coming through as well. And this is I'm not trying to dig on Schmidt either. Schmidt could be a great driver, but the level of competition here in this series is just so high that you have to be on your A game at all times to compete with these guys, and especially contend for podiums. Simmelman gonna throw a slider, wasn't completely clear. Luckily that did not spin Schmidt out, but that will allow Hannigan and Tucker to go by. Simmelman back to the 5th spot. Let's check, it's 1.7 seconds, now 1.8 between Merriman and Bergeron. Bergeron is just looking to put on a clinic tonight. And then it's still, it's almost 3 seconds between Merriman and Hannigan. These two are in their own worlds tonight. Let's go check on your race leader, Alex Bergeron, as we just saw Cameron Merriman for a minute. There's not a lot of cars on the speedway tonight. We usually have a 20-car field, only 16, 3 out now, so down to 13. To put it into perspective, there is Jason Randolph, your 13th place car right now. Merriman within half a corner of catching him. There's Merriman in correlation as he taps the wall coming out of 2. So he's probably a second off of catching Randolph. Put it into more perspective. Here's Tyler Schell, who's running in the 12th spot. Probably with a pretty beat up race car at the moment if he hasn't made his way through the field yet. And then looking at your podium again, here's Hannigan trying to hold off Kendall Tucker and Austin Simmelman, but 5.5 seconds now back of Alex Bergeron. Put it into perspective once again, they're running just under, I mean, Jason Randolph is the only one that's running a 15+ second lap time. Everyone is 14.6 or under, roughly. So, I mean, Randolph's quickest has been a 13.9, but roughly, I mean, they're running 13 to 14 second laps, and Mason Hannigan is almost 6 seconds back of Alex Bergeron. So he's almost half a track behind Bergeron. And here comes Kendall Tucker to the top side, trying to make a battle for this podium. Here comes Tucker with a run off of 4, as we currently just completed lap 33, or are working on 33, going to lap 34. Tucker looks like he has it there for the moment, as we got 5 to go. Tucker into the 3rd spot, Simmelman into the 4th spot, now Hannigan back to 5th. Wonder if the car might be just going a little bit away from Hannigan at the moment, or maybe Tucker and Simmelman have found the lines they need to make their cars hook up even that much more. And it's not getting any closer for anyone on the racetrack. Merriman almost 2.5 seconds back. This lead back to Tucker now in the 3rd and final podium position, 6.5 seconds. We got 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go this time. Let's take a look at your race leader, Alex Bergeron. There's Tyler Schell through the infield. If he doesn't come back on the racetrack by the time Schell comes back to the white flag, we will stay green, and we will go green all the way to the finish now. 1 caution in the feature, white flag in the air. We're racing back to the stripe. We're going to keep a look at that 3rd place spot. Looks like Kendall Tucker has it. But coming out of turn 4, going to pick up the Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw feature win here in week number 12. That's going to go to the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Cameron Merriman going to come across in 2nd, and Kendall Tucker will round out the podium. Austin Simmelman will come across in 4th. Mason Hannigan will come across in 5th. Trey Smith, hold on for 6th. Aiden Berlin in 7th. Curtis Merriman in 8th, Eric Wilkie in 9th, and Mark Broderick will round out your top 10. We'll give you the rest of the results after our podium interviews here as they pull up on the front stretch. There you go. They're going to park them right there. And we'll give them a second to get up here in the booth with us. Get them parked right there. See if we can get a better camera view to show you those 3 wonderful cars on the podium tonight. And they parked all too close to each other. So we'll see. It's going to have to go with that one tonight. And we'll grab our 3rd place finisher here tonight, Kendall Tucker, and get him on up in the booth with us. See if we can grab him and find him, pull him on up. There he is. Kendall, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You had to put up quite the fight there, even to get up on the podium, but then especially to hold on to it at the end. What did it take to finish up here on the podium tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. Just started pretty deep there in the feature. Had some bad luck in the heat race. Just I don't know. Just had to be patient and work our way up through there. I was just got bounced off of by someone early in the race. Not sure if that gave us some damage or what, but it's just unfortunate. Just same people, it seems like, causing incidents at the beginning of races. They're just driving it over their head for whatever reason. As long as we've been on this service, it's just it's kind of uncalled for at this point, in my opinion, for wrecks to be happening. But some of the caliber drivers we got in here early in the races like that, but it is what it is. We was able to get up through there still and get a podium.
First time we've seen you on the podium here in a couple of weeks. I don't remember if you've been here every week or if you've been gone for a couple of weeks, but you're finally back up here on the podium. How does it feel?
Yeah, we last Thursday just had a baseball game and wasn't able to make it. But other than that, we've been running pretty good in this series. I'm not real sure how many times we've been up on the podium, but I know this is definitely not the first or second time we've been up front in this deal all season. Just hate my obligations with baseball and school and stuff kind of got in the way of the championship run because we were leading the points up until the game last week. But it is what it is. I think everybody knows we're here and running. Just would have been cool to maybe see a caution there late in the race. Was able to make that middle work, but just was way too far back there from the leaders at the time. We was all battling right there, super hard there for a little bit. Battling for the top 3 and top 5 spots, but we'll take this third and move on.
All right, I'm gonna have one more question, but from what I counted, I think I have 5 podium finishes here for you on the season so far. Who would you like to thank tonight?
Yeah, just all my guys at Swindell Speed Lab and Six Sim Sport. K1 Race Gear, Bear Archery, ML Performance, and to go up to follow up your statement right there. I think we've got a win or 2 as well. With all those podium runs. So we've been up front, like I said, and hopefully we'll just finish out the season strong. As many races as we can make. Hopefully there won't be any more Thursday night games, but if there are, that'll be the reason we're not here. But other than that, we'll hopefully be back and maybe a couple of spots better next week.
All right, congratulations to Kendall Tucker. Yeah, he does have a couple wins here on the season so far. At least one that I'm seeing. I think he has another one too. But at least one win on the season. He's definitely been a consistent factor up here on the podium. Good to see him back up here. Good to see him back here in the circuit. We'll get your second place finisher up here. That is Cam Merriman, and one of my favorite guys to interview. We'll bring him on up. Cam, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear up here. Once again, up here on the podium in week number 12. Fast car for pretty much the whole night, but it seemed like you were just lacking a little bit to get to Merriman. What was it? Or to get to Bergeron, my bad.
Yeah, I wish I knew the answer to that question. Charlotte's a tricky place and ultimately not the most pleasant experience to have, especially in VR. This place is kind of like a motocross track late in the development. For some reason, a lot of ski jumps form down the backstretch. The cushion is really rocky, kind of like Knoxville gets, with these kind of really large hills that upset the car. So, I mean, for the better part of a year or more, I've just been messing around with a setup that I find that has worked well, and ultimately I've been the quickest on some nights, but I have certainly never felt utterly dominant here. So tonight I tried something different, and Bergeron certainly had the edge on me tonight. I did look at some of the laps down the stretch. I think the last 3, when I went back to the top, I was trying some experimental lines, trying to come down and grab the moisture off too, but ultimately it would just kill your momentum too much having to do so. But in the last couple laps, I was half a tenth to a tenth quicker than Alex, but I'm not sure if he was just hedging and trying not to put himself in the wall. But I certainly have some other things I could try here, but it's hard to pinpoint an exact thing to why you're dropping a tenth or so to the guy in front when you're running seemingly the same exact line. So it's just one of those peculiar aspects of Charlotte and what makes it unique and challenging and sometimes unfun and rather punishing, but it's just the nature of the beast.
Well, regardless, once again, it's another podium. Consistency here in the season. Championship winding down. How does it feel to get another podium and only 3 more weeks here to go in the championship? What's that mean going forward?
Yeah, it's cool. It's hard to put together a long stretch of positive, strong finishes in DSRL and find yourself out of trouble and keeping the nose clean and stuff like this. So it's certainly promising. I like you mentioned earlier, I felt fast all night, so I didn't have a bad time. Landed a good qualifying lap and had a bit of an exciting heat race and dash. So it was a real pleasure to race tonight. It's interesting how we got that long stretch in the feature and Alex was able to run away with it. So the podium is a little bit overshadowed by Alex's dominant performance and me feeling slightly remiss of not knowing exactly what it was that would have let me close the gap. But certainly a strong performance and looking forward to the end of the season because I know I'm up there in the mix of it, so it'll be exciting to see how it turns out.
All right, that's your second. Oh, one more thing before I let you go. Of course, any shout-outs or thank yous you want to give tonight?
I just wanted to thank everyone who puts on DSRL. You guys up in the booth, and Roger with Wicked Cushion Esports, and Scott King Design, Black Diamond Motorsports, and you guys at Dirt Racing Network, obviously. Even on nights like tonight where we don't get the fullest crowd ever, it still puts up for really stiff competition and a great show, in my opinion. So appreciate what you guys do and putting it on.
All right, thank Thank you, Cam. That's your second place finisher here tonight, Cameron Merriman, and we will wrap it up here tonight with your race winner, Alex Bergeron. Did he go? Yes, he did. Back to back now here in week 11 and 12. Alex, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You were on a whole nother planet tonight. What was it? Was it the car, the line, the setup? What was it?
I think it's an overall. The car felt great, and felt like I ran great. Made a couple mistakes there. I feel like could have been a bit further up front. But this car was awesome, and track was great. I started off pretty rough, but I managed there midway through and pull away and basically hold it with no cautions. There definitely helped us out, and um, definitely looking forward for the rest of the championship, see what we can do. And um, obviously Tucker and Merriman finished right behind me tonight, but points are, in the race itself, the points are, there's quite a distance between the points for one race. So, I feel like we have a shot still, just a matter of time. And make sure we didn't make no mistakes the last, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks left. I don't exactly sure about the rest of the season, but we have one more job to do and just not make any mistakes.
Yeah, I think 3 more races left to go in the season, but back-to-back wins now here in the series. Kind of on a roll like we saw you have earlier in the season. Does that give you confidence heading into the final few weeks? And you're obviously maximizing the most amount of points you can get by winning.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I feel like we have a great shot. Just a matter of not making mistakes, and it definitely gives myself some confidence in the team. Just we have to keep working hard and get those good finishes and have a good qualifying, good heat race, and great dash like we saw tonight. An awesome dash. We've seen 3, 4, 5 wide racing there, so that's what we like. So as long as it's clean, that's what we like.
All right, and who would you like to thank tonight for your finish?
Well, definitely everybody at Team Motorsports, as always. Jason, Rebecca, everybody that helps us out, all of our partners, CSI Shocks, Pelagic Cab, BK Design, Smarting from Equipment, Savior Setup Shop, Stucco, and CD Symptography, and you guys for broadcasting, and you for basically doing an awesome job all the time, and Roger for putting the league up and allowing us to race on Thursday nights, and my dad for watching all the time, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully we can bring another good result next week and try to bring home the championship again.
All right. Thanks, Alex. And that's your race winner here tonight, Alex Bergeron, taking the race win. We'll give you the final results once again. As of course, we have our podium finishers. As Alex Bergeron takes the win, Cam Merriman second, Kendall Tucker in third, Austin Simmelman fourth, Mason Hannigan fifth, Trey Smith sixth, Eden Berlin seventh, Curtis Merriman ninth, Eric Wilkie ninth, Curtis Merriman eighth, Eric Wilkie ninth, Mark Broderick 10th, 11th Peyton Greaves, 12th Jason Randolph, 13th Tyler Shell, 14th Adam Elby, 15th Rusty Kruger, and 16th Sean Timmerman. That's going to wrap it up here for this week on the Dirt Racing Network. Another week draws to an end, and we're getting closer towards crunch time here in the series. Just 3 more races left to go here in the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series, and 3 more weeks overall for the Dirt Slingers Racing League before we kick off another season. Kathy Beaver, thanks for checking in once again, rooting on Kendall Tucker. Anne Marie, thanks again for the message at the end of the broadcast, as always. As I was saying, end of the week here for the Dirt Racing Network. Roger will kick it back off once again on Sunday with Hale's Corner, and I think he's got NDRA as well. I'll be back Monday with the Dirt Slingers Racing League 360 Sprint Car Series. And then Tuesday, we are off. No, Roger, I think it's PRO on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll have the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wicked Energy Wounded or Warrior Wednesday Night Warrior Series. I don't know. My brain has just, I guess I used it up all during the middle of the race and the feature and everything because it is not focusing here at the end of the night. Wednesday is the Wednesday Night Warrior Series, And then Thursday we'll be back here once again with the Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. Roger will also have he will not have the SSR Series next week. So going to be kind of a quiet week here on the network, about one race a night instead of our couple of double and triple headers. And that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to get out of here since my brain has decided to stop working. So, for Roger Wagner, all of our sponsors here at the series, and all of our racers in the Dirt Slingers Racing League, I'm Dom Santina. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll check back in on Sunday night. Have a good weekend, and until then, see you later.